The Journey to Chesslandya. We publish a new bedtime read along story every night, so make sure to tap the subscribe button so you never miss any. The chess pieces gathered around the board, their eyes fixed on the king. "We must find Chesslandya," he declared. "It is our birthplace, and we must pay homage to the master who created us." The queen nodded in agreement, her regal bearing matched by her determination. "But how do we find this mythical land?" she asked. The rook, ever practical, spoke up. "Legend has it that we must pass 9 challenges, one for each piece. Only then will we be granted passage to Chesslandya." The bishop, with his unique diagonal movement, was intrigued. "What kind of challenges?" he asked. The knight, with his ability to jump over other pieces, chimed in. "I heard there's a maze we have to navigate, and a puzzle involving mirrors and light beams." The pawns, with their limited movement, were eager to prove their worth. "We'll do whatever it takes," they said in unison. And so, the journey began. The king, queen, and rook led the way, while the bishop, knight, and pawns followed close behind. Their first challenge was the maze. It seemed simple at first, but as they moved deeper into it, the walls seemed to shift and change, creating dead ends and traps at every turn. The pawns, with their limited movement, struggled the most, but with the guidance of the rook and queen, they managed to find the way out. Next came the puzzle of mirrors and light beams. The bishop was in his element, using his diagonal movement to reflect the light and solve the puzzle. The others watched in amazement as the solution slowly revealed itself. Finally, the knight was challenged to a game of strategy. His opponent was formidable, with a fierce determination to win. But the knight, with his ability to jump over other pieces, managed to outsmart his opponent and emerge victorious. As they rested after the third challenge, the group felt a sense of camaraderie and accomplishment. They knew that the journey ahead would be difficult, but they were ready for whatever lay ahead. And so, with renewed determination, they set off towards the next challenge, ready to face whatever obstacles lay in their path. The group continued on their journey towards Chesslandya, knowing that they still had 6 challenges to face. The first 3 tasks had tested their bravery and strategic thinking, and they knew that the next challenges would be even more difficult. The 4th challenge was for the rook. The group came across a labyrinth of walls and dead ends, and the rook had to use his ability to move in straight lines to find the way out. The others watched in amazement as the rook navigated through the maze, his movements precise and calculated. The 5th challenge was for the queen. She was confronted with a puzzle involving multiple opponents, each determined to capture her. But the queen was cunning and quick, using her powerful diagonal and straight line movement to evade capture and find the solution to the puzzle. The 6th challenge was for the king. He was challenged to a game of wits against a formidable foe, and he knew that his ability to move in any direction would be put to the test. The game was intense, with each move carefully calculated and analyzed. In the end, the king emerged victorious, but he knew that the challenges ahead would only get harder. The 7th challenge was for the pawns. They were tasked with crossing a river, but the current was strong and the rocks were slippery. The pawns worked together, using their limited movement to cross the river and reach the other side. The 8th challenge was for the bishop. He was confronted with a puzzle involving multiple boards and pieces, requiring him to coordinate his movements and strategies with the others. It was a true test of teamwork and communication, but the bishop was up to the challenge, and they all worked together to find the solution. The 9th and final challenge was for the knight. He was challenged to a duel against a fierce opponent, and the fate of the entire group hung in the balance. The knight knew that this was the most important challenge of all, and he used his ability to jump over other pieces to outmaneuver his opponent and emerge victorious. As they emerged victorious from the final challenge, the chess pieces knew that they had accomplished something great. They had worked together, faced incredible challenges, and overcome them through teamwork, strategy, and determination. And now, they stood at the gates of Chesslandya, ready to pay homage to the master who had created them. The chess pieces had completed all tasks and stood before the gates of Chesslandya. They were exhausted but exhilarated, having faced incredible challenges and overcome them with teamwork, strategy, and determination. They were greeted by the master of Chesslandya, a wise and powerful figure who had created them all those years ago. The master praised the chess pieces for their bravery, determination, and teamwork, and welcomed them into Chesslandya as heroes and champions. The chess pieces felt a sense of awe and reverence as they explored the mystical land, marveling at its beauty and complexity. They knew that they had truly accomplished something great, and that their journey had made them stronger and more united than ever before. And so, the chess pieces lived on in Chesslandya, surrounded by the wonders and mysteries of their mythical home. They continued to play the game of chess, using their skills and abilities to outsmart and outmaneuver their opponents, always working together as a team and honoring the legacy of the master who had created them. The end. Do you want to hear more stories? Then hit the subscribe button to follow our channel, so you never miss another daily story. And keep listening now, as more stories will play shortly.